For today's class, we'll start at a comfortable seat at the front of our mats, bringing awareness to our breath, a deep, steady breath to carry us through our practice. Our next inhale, we'll inhale our hands to our heart center. Take a moment to set an intention. Move this intention from the mind into the heart, into your being. Embody it in this moment. Know it as the truth of who you are. And then take a moment to gently bow down to that God being within you, within all things, an honoring and a recognition of who you truly are, who we all are. And on an inhale, rising back up, staying with that intention, and gently releasing the hands to the knees. On your next inhale, inhaling those arms up high, and the exhale twists us over to the right. That left hand on the outside of the right knee, palm facing up. Those inhales lifting the spine up even taller as those exhales engage the core as we twist in deeper. Continuing to breathe here. A beautiful, steady breath. And the next inhale, inhales arms back up to center. As the exhale twists us over to the left. Right hand on the outside of the left knee, palm facing up, to allow that shoulder to stay nice and open here. Those inhales inhale the tall, beautiful spine. And those exhales engage the core as we twist in deeper. Using that back arm for support and extending and lifting the spine up tall. Staying with that beautiful, steady breath. And then next inhale, inhales those arms back up to center as the exhale pulls the hands and the energy down into the heart. And taking a moment to re-embody that intention one more time. Gently releasing the hands and switching our legs. So whichever leg you have in top or in front, switching those out to make sure we have balance in those hips. Returning to that breath if you've lost it. Making sure to stay centered here. And the next inhale, inhales those arms into a T. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the arms behind our back and the hands are going to clasp the elbows. Roll those shoulders up and down the back. A beautiful shoulder opener here. And if you don't have the space for the hands to reach the elbows, feel free to take wrists or forearms, whatever feels right in your body today. Making sure that wherever you are, that spine stays extended and tall. And we continue to carry that deep, steady breath. And then we can gently release. Inhale those arms back to a T. On the exhale, we'll take that right arm, bending at the elbow, bringing the right hand between the shoulder blades, the left hand up to that right elbow, and coming into this nice stretch in the right arm here. Remembering to keep that spine nice and extended and that breath deep and steady. And on an exhale, we'll release as we prepare for the other side. Bending that left arm and bringing that hand between the shoulder blades. Right hand to the left elbow. Doing our best to have that elbow extending straight up towards the sky. And a beautiful extended spine. And a wonderful, deep, steady breath. Gently releasing those arms back out into a T. And then inhale those arms up as we exhale, pull the hands and the energy back down into the heart. Re-embodying that intention one more time. Then release the hands down to the earth, walking the legs back as we make our way into a tabletop position. Those wrists are below the shoulders, those knees are below the hips. And on an inhale, we'll inhale, extend the spine long and lift that heart up. And on an exhale, we can tuck the toes if it feels right as we exhale into that cat pose, rounding the upper spine. Inhale, extending and lifting into cow. Exhale, rounding into cat. Again, tucking the toes if it feels right and releasing the toes as we inhale and extend forward. Use your breath as a guide here. That beautiful, steady breath will be your guide as you move through your practice. And when you're ready, making your way into downward facing dog, lifting those hips up high. Feel free to pedal those legs out, bringing some movement into the body, warming up those hamstrings. And then make your way into stillness. Really root those hands. If you want to find some movement in the neck, shaking the head, yes, no, or moving it side to side. And then press those hands into the mat as if we're pushing the mat away, extending that spine out nice and long. Those sit bones are lifting up towards the sky as those heels extend down towards the earth. Continue to breathe here. The next inhale, we'll bend those knees and gently bring the feet forward, walk or hop. Inhale to that halfway lift as we extend the spine out long. Exhale releases everything down. Letting it hang in that forward fold, releasing the spine, breathing into the hamstrings here. If it feels right, you can bring those arms into a ragdoll, clasping hands opposite elbows, gently rocking side to side. If it feels right in the body today. For you, it might be stillness. Listen to the body. Do what is best for you, for your practice. Wherever you are, continuing to breathe. And we'll release those arms down, and that next inhale, we'll inhale into that nice extended spine. Exhale, releasing it all down. Inhale, rising up, leading with that heart. Exhale into a gentle back extension, allowing those hips to come forward. Inhaling those arms back up, exhaling, pulling the energy and the hands down into the heart. Reconnecting with that breath if you've lost it. And then really activating the arms, we'll really press the palms of the hands together for a few breaths. And the next inhale, inhales those arms up as we exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling to that halfway lift. Exhale, releasing down as we extend those legs back into a high plank here. Shifting the weight forward, moving through chaturanga, lowering halfway down. Inhale, rising up to upward facing dog. Staying for one breath. And then on the next exhale, sending those hips back, downward facing dog. Really pressing into the mat, extending the spine long. Lifting those sit bones up, extending those calves and those heels down towards the earth. Activating the whole body here. Next inhale, inhales that left leg up high, pulling it into the chest, and then gently releasing it down between the hands at the front of the mat. Making sure we are steady here, and when you are on an inhale, inhaling those arms up into a high lunge. Making sure that knees over the ankle and the front leg, and really extending out through the heel of the back. That right hip comes forward as the left hip comes back, doing our best to keep those hips in line. Inhaling, lifting the spine up a little bit taller. Exhaling, roll those shoulders down the back. And then find some stillness here. The next exhale, exhales the hands down to the mat. As we step that left leg back to meet the right, we'll go right back into a downward facing dog here. The next inhale, inhales right leg up. Exhale, bring it into the chest first, and then slowly release it down onto the mat. When you have that balance and that stability in the feet, inhale those arms up. Again, bringing that left hip forward, right hip back, making sure those hips are in line. We want that front knee over the ankle or a bit behind it to make sure we're supporting the joints here. Really reaching up, extending through those arms, and making sure those shoulders are not crunching the ears and they're coming down the back. And a beautiful, steady breath here. And the next exhale releases those hands down. And this time we'll step that left foot forward to meet the right, forward fold. Letting gravity assist as everything falls down to the earth here. Then we'll root that right hand right underneath the face as we inhale the left arm up, coming into a twist. Making sure that we're extending out long through the crown of the head all the way to the sit bones, creating space in the body here as well. The next exhale, exhales the left arm back to the mat, replacing the right as that inhale, inhales the right arm up. Again, making sure that we are extending through the spine here while twisting, and that core is engaged to really support the lower spine. And the next exhale releases that right hand down. Inhale lifts us to a halfway lift here, extending through the crown. Exhale releases everything down. That inhale rises us up tall. Exhale, gentle back extension as we shift the hips forward. Inhaling back up to center, and then exhaling, pulling the hands and the energy down into the heart. Reconnecting with the breath here and re-embodying that intention that we set. And then we'll make our way to the side of our mat. Bringing those legs out wide, hands to the hips. Coming the length way on our mat. We'll go ahead and open that right hip up into a warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. And when you're ready on an inhale, inhaling those arms up into a T. And again with that front knee, making sure it's over the ankle or a little bit behind. We're lifting all the way up through the spine. And go ahead, turn that gaze over the right hand here. Root down the knife edge of that back foot, making sure that base is strong and steady. Reconnecting with the breath here. Feeling your strength. The next inhale straightens the leg, turn those toes to face forward as we switch sides. Rotating the left hip open, the right hip still facing forward, and on an inhale, we'll inhale those arms back up into a T. Go ahead, bringing the gaze over the left arm, making sure that that left knee is right over the ankle, or a bit behind. The knife edge of that back foot's rooted, and then find yourself in stillness, whatever that looks like for you in this moment. Next inhale straightens the leg as we release the hands down, walking both the toes to point forward. Leading with the hard hands in the hip, we will extend forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Letting everything fall down here, but making sure the knife edge of those feet are still rooted. If it feels right to come into a shoulder opener, clasping the hands at the small of the back and letting the arms fall over the top of the head. Breathing here. As the body creates space, feeling free to move into that space that you are creating. And remember that you are a creator being and you are always capable of creating more space in your life. Continuing to breathe. And then when you're ready, releasing those arms back down towards the mat. Bringing those hands to the hips. And on your next inhale, engage the core as we inhale and lift back up. Go ahead and toe heel those feet towards one another. And bring yourself to face towards the front of the mat once again. We'll take those feet out wide, toes pointing out. Bring the hands to the heart as we make our way down into a yogi squat. You can bring the knees and the elbows to touch if it feels right, elbows on the insides of the knees, very gently pressing in to open the hips more. And if you wish to engage the quads a bit more than the thighs, feel free to lift those sit bones up a little bit higher and feel that activation take place in the legs. Wherever you are, make sure that spine is nice and extended and that breath is deep and long. And then we'll go ahead and we'll bring those hands to the mat behind us, coming back down onto our bottoms. We're going to make our way into a boat pose here, so extending that spine, and we'll gently lift those feet up. You can take the hands underneath the knees for a little more support, or extend those arms out long in front of you. Remembering that the closer the knees are to the chest, the more we're working the legs, and the more we bring the knees further away from the chest, the more we will engage the core here. So really making sure that you are finding an asana and a posture that fits for what you are looking for in your practice today. And then we'll gently release those feet back down to the earth, hands behind us, fingertips pointing in towards the body. Inhale, lifting up into a reverse tabletop position. Breathing here. And on the exhale, releasing the sit bones back down towards the earth, extending those legs out long. Remove that excess flesh so those sit bones can root. And on an inhale, inhale the arms up. And on an exhale, extend forward. Allowing those hands to land wherever it feels right in the body today. That may be the thighs, that may be the shins, that may be the feet. And remembering that this is a practice, and the more we practice, the deeper we can get in some of these postures. So be with your body wherever it is today. Making sure that that spine is nice and extended, and we're not rounding to get further down. The next inhale engages the core as we inhale, lift back up. And the exhale releases the arms to our sides. And go ahead and bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. We'll bring that right hand to the inside of the right leg. This can be down by the thigh or at the shin. And use this kind of counter here as we press the hand and the leg into one another to twist open here. That left hand can extend out behind us, and when you're ready, you can inhale it up and over the head. So not only will we be twisting here, but we will have a beautiful and deep side body stretch here on the left side of the body. Making sure that that left shoulder rolls open, is not crunching down in front of the face, and we're really reaching all the way through the fingertips, engaging the core and keeping that twist in the body as well. The next inhale engages the core as we inhale, lifting back up. Exhale allows the body to face forward again as we switch those legs out, bringing the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Bringing that left arm to the inside of the left leg, coming into that twist. That right hand starts on the hip. And when you're ready, extending that right arm out behind you, down towards the earth first, to deepen that twist a bit. And when it feels right in your body, you can inhale that right arm up and over the head towards the front of the room, coming into that beautiful deep side stretch on the right side of the body, making sure the core is still engaged. And we're really active in that left arm, left leg contact to bring that twist deeper as we extend through the right side of the body. Continuing to breathe here. Deep, full, steady breaths. And when you're ready, that next inhale engages the core as we inhale, lift back up. Exhale, releases the body back to face forward. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, moving into Baddha Konasana here. Pulling those heels in as close to the groin as it feels right for you. Go ahead and wrap the toes around, the fingers around the toes here, and inhale that spine nice and tall, nice and long. And if it feels right on an exhale, you can lead with the heart and extend the spine forward, making sure not to round in the back, but to just allow, as the space comes, allow yourself to move into that space you're creating. Allow the hips to fall open as we release and allow ourselves to truly experience this posture. Staying with that breath, staying in the moment, continuing to embody that intention. And the next inhale engages the core as we inhale, lift back up. And the exhale, we can use the hands to assist in lifting the knees. Bring the feet out in front of us as we make our way down onto our backs, keeping those feet and those knees bent. Walk those heels in towards the fingertips so those just graze as we make our way into a bridge pose. Press those feet down into the earth as we inhale, lift the hips and those sit bones up towards the sky. If you want to add a shoulder opener, you can walk those shoulders under the body, clasping the hands, pressing the hands and the feet into the mat. Inhaling here. Continuing with that deep, steady breath. And if you notice that you've lost the breath a bit, kind of releasing from the pose and allowing that space to remain, that allows that breath to keep you in the present moment. And that next exhale releases those hips down towards the earth. So we hug those knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side here. Releasing the lower spine. And then we'll go ahead and extend that left leg out long, and we'll take and shift the hips over to the right just a bit as we come into a supine twist here, allowing that right leg to cross over the body, making sure that both those shoulder blades are rooted here to support the spine and to not twist it into any place that is not healthy for it. Staying with that steady breath, and as you feel the body create more space, feel free to deepen that twist even more. But wherever you are, make sure that you stay with that breath and that you continue to embody that intention that you set for your practice today. Continuing with that deep, steady breath. And when you're ready on an inhale, we'll inhale that right knee back up into the chest, hugging it here into the chest for a breath or two. And then we'll go ahead and we'll bring that knee into that right armpit so that we're coming into the hip more as that leg and that thigh comes to the outside of the body. Breathing here. And then gently releasing that leg out long as we prepare for the other side. So shifting those hips over to the left a little as we hug that left knee into the chest. And then taking that right hand to the knee as we pull that left leg across the body here. Rooting those shoulder blades down. If it feels right and you want to deepen the twist, you can turn that gaze over the left shoulder. But wherever you are, be here. Right now, in this moment. If you find thoughts are arising in the mind, allow them to pass as quickly as they came, without judgment, criticism, or attachment. And return to the breath. The breath keeps you in this moment. And the next inhale, we inhale that knee back up. We'll hug it into the chest here. Staying with that breath, pulling that knee in. And then we'll take that knee, we'll bring it into the left armpit here, bringing the thigh to the outside of the body. Staying with that steady breath, breathing into the hip. And then we'll hug both knees in and make our way into happy baby. So hands come to the outsides of the feet, bending the knees to the outside of the body, and really actively pressing the hands down on the feet and the feet into the hands. You may want to find some movement, gently rocking left to right, or for you, you may want to find stillness. Maybe exploring extending one leg, then the other, or both. Whatever feels right in your body today, any organic movements that you need to take, feel free to take them here. And then we'll hug those knees back into the chest one more time and give yourself a great big hug as you inhale the forehead up to the knees. And take a moment to be grateful and to say thank you for showing up for your practice today, which means you're not only showing up for your body, but you're showing up for your life. And then we'll make our way into Shavasana as we extend those legs out long, allow the hips to fall open. Rolling those shoulder blades underneath the body, extending the arms out long with the palms facing up. Releasing the breath, allowing it to move naturally and freely here. Releasing all the muscles in the feet, the ankles, the calves, the shins, behind and around the knees. Releasing and relaxing the thighs, the quads, the groin, the hips, the abdomen. Releasing up the side body, across the chest, shoulders, all the way down the arms to the fingertips. Releasing and relaxing the muscles of the neck, the jaw, the tongue, the muscles around the eyes, between the eyebrows, across the forehead and all the way down the scalp. Completely relaxing, completely letting go, being here now. Slowly start to deepen that breath, bringing gentle movement to the fingers, the toes, the ankles, and the wrists. Taking your time, but when it feels ready, extending the arms long above the head, reaching toes to fingertips, the fullest, most expansive stretch that you have taken today. And then we'll gently and slowly make our way onto the left side, coming into fetal position here, and taking a few breaths to receive. The left side is the side from which we receive, so receive from Mother Earth below you her strength, her courage, her compassion, her forgiveness, her love, whatever it is that you are wanting or possibly even needing in this moment. Breathe it into your being and know it. Know it as the truth of who you are, and know that it is available to you in this moment and every moment to come. And then we will gently make our way back up to that comfortable seat, extending that spine up long. Inhaling those hands to the heart center at that point of balance. Re-embodying that intention one more time. Breathing here, a deep, steady breath. Very gently bowing down to that God being within you, within each of us, within all things. The inhale brings us back to center. These hands at a place of balance in front of our heart. We will inhale the hands up to the third eye center, bringing balance to our point of clarity. The exhale brings the hands to the lips, bringing balance in our words and balance in our truth. And then next exhale brings the hands to the heart, bringing balance to our love and balance to our heart. And from this place of balance within me, I recognize, honor, and appreciate the teacher, the light, and the divine within each of you, and all things. Namaste.